Hello again. Okay, so this video is going to be on my financial goals for the next 1, 3 and 5 years. And I think it's interesting because I was thinking a lot about that subject and that topic to do when I had my list of video ideas to talk about. And 1, 3 and 5 years are a good one for me because if I think month to month, I'll always think month to month. But having that goal in a relatively short term and then a medium to long term and then a relatively long term one will be good for me going forward. I think a year-long goal is a really good thing because it makes it, practical and it's hands-on, it's tangible. And I like that for myself because if it's 10 years away, I'll just think to myself, well, it's 10 years away. I can always put it off, or I never really have to do it because it's always around the corner. With a year's goal, and then a 3-year goal, and then a 5-year goal, and the year and the 3-year have to work into the 5-year, you have to do it to make the others happen. It makes it like a big project, but a bite-sized amount, which is good. So I think of all of the things that I'm most interested in doing is getting those really in my head, because I know what they are. I know what goals I want for those time periods, but really seeing them in front of me day to day will be the difference. It will be it'd be like the most important. It'd be like the most important of all of it, really seeing that's where I'm going. I'm actually going that place. And every day with work and with everything else, it won't be as, it's not like work's tough. Like work isn't hard and all that sort of stuff. It's more just like when you're just doing a job, people work basic jobs out there and, simple stuff who are just simple people. There's no hate there whatsoever. But they need to have something down the stretch to aim for, because otherwise they're just going to be, at least, well, do you know what they're going to be? I'm talking like I know them. Speaking on behalf of myself, I know how I'd be. Simple job, complex job, all the money in the world, modest salary. I'd want to be going somewhere with it, because then in both cases I'll get the most out of it, But yeah, of all the things I want to really focus on and really hunker down on, those are the three, or this is the one, but those are the three. Bloody hell. But my 1-year goal, my 3-year goal, my 5-year goal is the most tangible for me. So my 1-year goal is by the end of this year, I want to have my mother's money paid off to her, because I owe her an amount of money currently, and I've owed it to her for a long time. I want to have that paid off, and I'm going to include all of my figures in my next either my next video or a video coming up. I'll include all of my exact figures there, but it's my goals. But I'm just giving the broad strokes of my goals for now. So I'll be paying my mother off the money that I owe her. What is top of that list. After that, as well as that for my first year, but after that it would be paying off the remaining balance on my HGV training qualification that I'm paying for at the minute. I am a quarter of the way through paying for that, and I'm going to be doing more payments going forward. So I want to get that paid off as well this year. So that's my 1-year goal. Because if I pay off her and I pay off that, I would be free of consumer debt in that sense, of just my current money. So consumer debt, money that I've borrowed, money that I have. So if I pay her off, which is a lot, and if I pay that off, which is a lot, the only money I'll have left to pay out, to pay back, is my student loans, which are a lot, that I'll get into in another video. And also my car is getting older, so at some point I'm going to have to trade that up for another car. As well as that, obviously I still live at home, so it's getting a deposit together to move out and all that sort of stuff as well. And it's also important to put some money away for other people, other family members. But again, I'll get into this in like another video. But that's my goal for the first year, is to pay off mum's money and pay off the HGV course. Once I have those two paid off in year 1, by year 3, I want to have mum's money paid off, HGV training paid off. I want to have deposit for a flat to move out on, which is good, which will help with hopefully the money coming in from HGV. I want to have the money for the flat to be covered. I want to have enough in savings to be able to go, that's my base behind me as well. I want to be able to have enough for either a new car or a big deposit on a new car, but ideally like a new car that I've paid for, it will, like within 3 years. And then by 5 years, I want to have one of two things. Either my flat paid for, or at least opening the door to being able to buy the flat, which will be the really big move. I'll either be starting the ball rolling of getting the mortgage together, which would be fantastic because I'll be in there, or it'll be saving up but being in the flat, being debt free, having the car paid for, and having money away for other stuff. But those are the absolute main ones, because the long term aim is to pay off my student loans early. I never kicked on with university. That's the most heartbreaking thing, because I always wanted to be good at university. Well, good at university, what does that mean? Like, I always wanted to have that degree as just a acknowledgement to myself that I could stick with something. But I guess I never did, and I guess I'm paying the price for that. Well, I guess I am paying the price for that. But to pay that off would be a real big thing for me, because I wouldn't just want to, just for me, I wouldn't just want to run out the clock on that. You know, I want to kind of like, I borrowed that money. I was younger, but I borrowed that money, so I owe that money. And to be able to pay that off would be a real treat and a real, I don't know, a real powerful thing. I'd really enjoy that. So yeah, so that's up there. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing of the year 3 and 5 year goals. It's sort of like a snowball effect. You start off with a basic idea. You start off with a basic principle of, I want to clear off my small stuff. I want to clear off my everyday stuff, like my credit cards, my car payment, my this, my that. Get up to date on a bill that's outstanding or whatever. But you just want to kind of, like with the 1, 3, 5 of the year 1, year 3, year 5, you just want to start the ball rolling. You know, you kind of want to get to the point of year 5 going, yeah, like I've earned this year 5. I've earned that position of going, I'm somewhere now. I'm actually heading somewhere. And life seems greener, you know? I'm 33 in February. I don't know if I said I was 32 in the last video or not, but 33 in February, which means in 7 years I'm going to be 40, and I want to be further along by then. I'm a patient man. I can wait towards stuff, but I'm patient as long as I'm working towards something. And by the time I turn 40, I'd like to have that behind me. That's the thing I want to work as hard as I can for. I'm not one of these people who are naive enough to think that, well, sorry, I might have misspoke there saying naive enough to think that they can be rich and have all the retirement and everything else. If you work hard enough, you can make anything happen. But I just think to myself, all I ever see nowadays is videos of people talking about investing in such and such and turn yourself into the next millionaire and all that sort of thing. But I just want to focus on the real everyday habits. You know, just take every person for who they are and just look at like, the money they're spending today. How will that look in a month from now? How will that look in 3 months from now, in 6 months from now, and all that, and plan with that? Then we can look at getting a better job and so on. But the real habits of what you do every day, being those small wins that add to the bigger win, and so on and so on and so on, that's not like that snowball effect. And I'm interested with that. I kind of want to see where I can go with that. Just, you know, I don't know, like in a weird kind of way, the year one goal of paying those things off, I'd be getting it every time I'd be achieving that goal every time I didn't buy a chocolate bar or something on a certain day, whatever, and I put that £3-4 away to something else, because that would add to something else, and that would be my snowball effect. My snowball effect, a small bit every time to a big snowball of money. That would be my snowball effect. And I suppose it is for most people, but some people might just see it as you add loads to something, or you do it a big chunk once a month or whatever. But it's the little victories every day for me, the yeses that I've said for my entire life, changing them to no's. That'd be the victory for me, saying, I want that. No, you're saying for that. That would be the guiding force of wanting to develop on, wanting to push on with this. You know, that would be the victory of all of it. If I could snap my fingers and go straight to like year 5, I wouldn't want to. I'd want to learn these skills in between now and then, and I want to see if, you know, getting to that year 5 would be every bit as magical as I kind of want it to be. You know, having that year 1 goal, having that 3-year goal, having that 5-year goal, going on that journey from start to finish, seeing who you become with that as well, and the boundary you set up with money and the discipline you can have. Because I've seen it from people around me, and I kind of want to have a bit of that for myself. So that's my aim. That's what I want to look at now. I want to look at year 1, year 3, year 5. We'll start with the thing that's right in front of us, which is either paying mum off first or paying the HGV off first. I'd probably say the HGV, because the money I owe my mother is just cash that I owe her, so there's no interest on that and all that sort of stuff. So it's just the money I owe her. So it's probably smart to pay off the HGV first and then go from there. But at the same time, when you're owing your mother money at my age and at her age as well, you know, it's like an internal loss in a weird kind of way. I don't know if I'm describing that very well, but it's like an internalized, you know, I feel it, I know it inside. I'm not a religious man, but it is like a spiritual death. It is like a less than, and it chips away your armour. It chips away my armour at least. So that's the. We'll start with the immediate, those two, and then year 3 we'll go from there, year 5. But yeah, those are my 1, 3, and 5 year goals. Slightly broad on the back end, but who I become with that is the prize, and it is the victory for me. So yeah. Anyway, I hope this helps. I don't know if I rambled or not with that. Hope I didn't. But these are, like, I try and make them just sort of like informal videos so people can listen to it and go, oh, well, I kind of think that way, or maybe, I don't know. You know, I kind of think that way, or that's how I kind of see money. Or that's the path I'm going down emotionally speaking with it, or whatever. Or I want a similar thing. So hopefully we can go on it together. God help us. Right. Thanks for tuning in. I will be back again very soon for another video. I'm not too sure what I'll be talking about next, but I've got loads of ideas, loads of stuff, and we'll just see where this goes. This is a journey, of course. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Take it easy.